Ladies and gentlemen, today is a quick video. It is a message to clarify my opinion, to clarify my stand. Recently in my documentaries, I have been always using and quoting from a guy named Jordan Peterson. So this is a message to Jordan Peterson. For the last 18 months at least, I was consuming his content, his ideology, his way of adapting the world, his way of conducting himself. And I cannot lie, it did work. It did work amazingly. I stand up as a more respectable human being. I try to resemble the good. My room is in order. I dress more well, and I'm oriented towards something in life. I understand a bit more in the human psychology. I know which is which. I know what is a persona. I try to work on my persona and make myself more disagreeable. All this was from what I've learned from Jordan Peterson. And that is the part that I have to thank him for. That now I resemble the good. Matter of fact, I have it written right there in this pillow, which is a question: do you resemble the good? Which is something I thrive to do. And then Jordan Peterson is a role model for me and for millions. Well, a clinical psychologist, university professor, and someone who at least understands something about life. Good, right? Until a couple of days ago, he came up with this tweet of only 6 words. Enough is enough. Give them hell. Here I have to question and doubt the guy who I conceptualize as a role model, because what if it is a pseudo image? You know, they once asked Jordan Peterson, do you believe in God? He said, what do you mean by do? What do you mean by I? What do you mean by believe? So the guy is rational. The guy is really want not only to know the dictionary definition of the word, but what is your perspective on it? So he can be articulate and accurate. And well, what did we get? We get the same guy saying hell should be given to a nation, to a group of people, to a society of doomed individuals. Well, how come these words can be from the same mouth of a guy who just encourages people to pet cats if they encounter them in the streets? It is one of his 12 rules for life. So, how come this guy who encourages people to take the moral obligation to fulfill their potential and take their places in the world and work and become respectable human being, want to just erase another individuals? What happened to the world is filled with malevolence, but as individuals and with our integrity, we can make it less. I don't find any less in a genocide of killing of a whole nation. Enough is enough. Give them hell, Netanyahu. This is the only thing I saw. I saw a guy who is unsophisticated from the message, which is not the same image that I have from Jordan Peterson. I have no script for this video. I never thought I would do such a video, but the guy is in my videos, and I will not delete the videos. I just need to make myself clear. Clean and clear. This guy was a role model. He was more of a, now as I would put it and articulate it, he's a pseudo role model, because when they asked him, do you believe in God? He was like, I act as if God exists. And this is my definition of God. So acting determines how do you believe. So if you believe that there is malevolence in the world and we can undertake it, but your act is give them hell, then I'm sorry, Peterson, you just violated your own rules. Because what happened to tell the truth, or at least don't lie? I find you as a liar right here. That is no good. That is no good. You know, there is also this part that he had on his podcast, Netanyahu, which is like the prime minister of this land, and he basically, did an interview with him and all of that. But the thing was, he did not even ask him any good question. It was just rephrasing what he said in a more friendly manner and just nodding his head. Like a 2 hours or like 1 hour and 30 minutes conversation, and what he did was just nothing. And this reminds me of a saying from a French writer when he said, if you want to know who rules over you, see who you cannot criticize. He could not criticize this prime minister of this nation. Why? Well, because they have his tongue. So he's not the same guy who tells the truth. He's not the same guy who encourages young men and women to stand up for themselves. He can't do it himself. So we can say that he is he's under the I don't even want to say it the way I want to say it, but I guess I will. But before that, on a business level, he just launched the Peterson Academy, right? So the Peterson Academy has like a soft launch in November, which is like a couple of weeks from now. And he just did this tweet and he picked a side with some people. Doesn't matter if they are the minority or the majority. You just lost the respect of the others. You just, like, statically speaking, you will not have them in your academy. Because why would I roll in an academy and learn how to sing from some guy who cannot even act the thing that he says? You also wanted and mentioned that if you gaze long enough into the abyss, you will see the light, not the darkness. I'm afraid that you lied one more time, Peterson. From what you're saying, well, there is no light in it. It is just a blinded man who lost his ability, lost his capacity, who sold his soul to some system, who took his podcast as a platform for advertisement. When you just had Netanyahu on your podcast a couple of months because he is elected as a prime minister, and did not give him one right actual answer or a question. You just were like a rephrasing. It's quite sad and shameful to find a man you once resembled as a role model diminishes like that. At least we know who rules over you, and at least we know that no one rules over us but Allah. That is one thing. So we are the free ones. You are the one who is incapable. And you're not that dangerous, man. You're not. You're naive. Why you're naive? Because, well, someone rules over you. You cannot poke your finger on him or on the nation. I'm afraid that now I came to a conclusion why you don't like Andrew Tate. You're a hoe to a system. Pimp is the one who rules. Hoes don't like pimps. I'm afraid you are a hoe.